This video will be about getting you stuck into using WMS devices to process receipt documents. Using our devices, we'll be able to receive and put away our goods. So update back in Business Central for all the relevant documents. We'll be showing you this both on Business Central itself as well as the devices throughout this video. Let's take a look at this released purchase order within Business Central. We have a warehouse receipt already generated for this. I'll find it just by going up to Related across the top, Warehouse, and Warehouse Receipt Lines. These are lines for my two items. I can click Show Warehouse Document from across the top to see that receipt. We can see here we've got 25 and 10 that we're still waiting in to receive for these two items. Let's open up our device. You can see here from the Receiving tab that I've got 5 activities. I'll go ahead and select Receiving, and then I'll come up to Receipt. Here I'm going to enter in that warehouse receipt we see in the background. Now whilst we're entering the warehouse receipt number here, you could also use the purchase order number, because a warehouse receipt might not have been generated. Both options are open to you. We'll enter in the item number for what we're receiving in. The quantity we've received. And you can see here on my device's screen, there's information here for me, such as the unit and measurement and the quantity outstanding for the item in question. We'll receive in all 25. And under Options, we can choose to take a photo if we need to. This will put the photo into Business Central, and we'll be able to view this later on. I'll just take a picture of the Clever Dynamics website for this. We'll see this within the system later. We'll then choose to post. And we'll have received in those 25. You'll notice we're still on this warehouse receipt, and I can receive in the additional items that may have come with the previous one. So enter in the details for our second item and receive that in. Let's go ahead and post this, and then we prompt it for another document number. If we leave and come back into receiving, we can see the number of putaways has increased. As we received in those goods, we now need to put them away from the generated putaways. Before we do that though, let's come into Business Central and take a look at the state of the documents. If we go to Related, Warehouse, Warehouse Receipt Lines, they've disappeared, as our warehouse document has been processed. If we come down to our lines, and with the line selected, go to Line and Document Tracking, we can see the posted purchase receipt lines, and go to that document if we needed to via Show Document. We can see at 25 and 10 we processed for our items. From here, from the Details tab of our fact box on the right, you can see under Attachments we have a Documents and one. If you select that one, we'll be able to see the attached images to that posted purchase receipt. We can then just click the attachment name to download it, and we'll be able to see that image. If we scroll to the right hand side of our purchase order, we can see the quantity received is updated. If we come up to the search, and we look for warehouse putaways, selecting that from Go to Pages and Tasks. If we take a look at the most recent ones, we can see the putaways we have generated for our items after we receive them in. Let's come back into the device and deal with those putaways. We'll select Putaway from the device. And we're prompted with a bin code where we should find a particular item we need to put away. So enter in that item number. And you can see we're being prompted with some information. For example, the quantity outstanding to move, the expected bin to find it in, the expected place we're going to put it, and the quantity we're expected to place, as well as a unit of measure. In our case, we're going to say we're handled all 10, and we move them to the expected bin. We'll enter in 10, and then enter in the place bin code. And we use the one it's expecting us to place it here. We can then just select Post, and we'll have completed the put away. We can then move on to the next item. We can again see a prompted for a bin, and we're going to enter in the item number for the put away this time. So now we'll handle the second item that we received in, putting away the full 25 to the expected bin. And then Post. If we leave and come back once more, we can see the number of putaways has reduced. Finally, coming back into Business Central, if you take a look at the item ledger entries within the system, and these are just the entries that are generated throughout our processes. If we scroll to the right hand side here, we'll be able to see some information on the receipts. You'll be able to see the device user ID, so you know who actually received in the goods, as well as the device ID, so you know which device they used. The same exists on the warehouse entries as well. We'll sort on date, and then we'll just scroll to the right hand side, where you can set the device ID and device user ID again. And that's how you can use Clever WMS Devices by Clever Dynamics to quickly and efficiently receive in your goods.